caused this bird to fall out of the sky and nosedive into his backyard.
We haven't touched him. That's the exact way that he's been since the first.
You can see what looks like maybe like a little blood stain on one of these brown leaves. Arkansas livestock officials say some birds showed signs of massive trauma, but no evidence they were poisoned. But what caused the trauma? Some officials suggest it was New Year's fireworks or lightning from a storm. Residents here aren't buying those theories.
Fireworks? I can't imagine fireworks would strike, 4,000 or 5,000 birds and drop them in a 1 or 2 square mile area. That doesn't sound peaceful to me.
Beaton, Arkansas has developed a love-hate relationship with these blackbirds. Just ask Charles Moore, who lives right next to a wooded area where tens of thousands of the birds live.
To go out and do a simple thing like get a paper, sometimes we'll take an umbrella with us. The sky is just black with them, then there's going to be a lot of droppings.
And you have a target on your head, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly.
We walked through the wooded area behind Moore's home. Dead birds are still everywhere, and Moore says the ones still alive are acting strange. Some even struggling to fly.
I think I see one over here. Is he alive?
It's a bird that probably should have flown away.
Yes, I can't imagine a bird letting us get that close. That bird is sick as well.
Yeah. We tried to get a better vantage point of the wooded area where these birds flock to when we came face to face with one of the dying blackbirds. Terrible. All of a sudden I'm driving and the bird just kind of flop up over the car here and just kind of fluttering up this way and went over the back and just was sitting over there on the side of the road. The little bird couldn't get off the road. As I stood there, the little black bird died in my hands. Terrible. Lavenera CNN, Beaton, Arkansas.
That's really terrible. As if the Arkansas bird drop weren't freakish enough, it came on the heels of a massive fish kill 125 miles away. Tens of thousands of dead fish washed up on the shores of the Arkansas River near Ozark last Thursday. While wildlife experts said the two events are almost certainly unrelated, it's certainly an odd coincidence. The internet, of course, is now buzzing with other theories. Some people are even saying these mass deaths are a sign that the end times are near. Some have cited the Left Behind series of books. So we thought we'd talk to actor Kirk Cameron. He's a born-again Christian. He's written a lot about his faith. He also starred in the Left Behind series of films. I spoke to him earlier. Kirk, there's a lot of chatter out there on the internet about these thousands of birds and fish dying. Some people saying this is a sign of the end of days. You obviously starred in a series of films sort of based on the idea of the Left Behind series. When you hear that, what do you think?
Well, I first think that they ought to call a veterinarian, not me. I'm not the religious conspiracy theorist go-to guy particularly, but I think it's really kind of silly to try to equate birds falling out of the sky with some kind of an end times theory.
But it's interesting, the notion of end of times and the whole Left Behind series, which deals with Jesus coming back to take his people to heaven, believers and not non-believers. Why do you think there's such fascination in that? And when something like this happens, people kind of turn to those thoughts.
Well, it seems to be that people have a real fascination with the mystery of end-time predictions. Of course, people get all excited about Nostradamus prophecies, 2012, and of course, biblical prophecy has really been a topic of fascination for thousands of years. So I think people are they love to find codes and signs of future events and see if they can decipher them before anybody else. But birds falling from the sky, that has more to do, I think, with pagan mythology and the way and the directions that the birds flew told some of the followers of those legends that the gods were either pleased or displeased with them. But I think people just have a fascination with the religiously mysterious.
During the series, which were hugely popular, did it change your faith at all? Did it change the way you thought about the idea of the end times or your reading of the Bible in any way?
Well, I've been a Christian for about 20 years, and certainly there are fascinating passages in the Bible talking about the return of Christ, and people are trying to pinpoint those in a chronology of events. But what it made me think about was just the fact that I'm probably going to die of some other cause before this happens. A friend of mine just died yesterday. And what I thought about mostly was the fact that life is short, and I need to be ready whenever it is that God decides to end my life here on earth. And to me, That's the key.
You have a new movie called Monumental, which is going to be coming out later this year, and it's interesting because it seems very timely. I mean, it's very concerned about where America is right now, and what you see as a problem in America.
Well, I have 6 kids, Anderson, and I am very concerned about their future in our country. And I look at it and I think, man, if America is a ship, it looks a lot like it's sinking financially, morally, spiritually. It's frightening. And it seems that everyone, religiously, in business and in politics, is playing the blame game, and I want answers. So I decided to go on a journey and retrace the escape route of the Pilgrims. They left us clues to get us back to the real treasure of America and get the ship righted again. And I'm very excited about what I've discovered, and I want to unveil it in a documentary this fall called Monumental.
I look forward to it. Kirk, I appreciate you being on. Thank you.
Thank you. Great talking with you.
We're following a number of other stories tonight. John.